Hi folks, Puffin here with your Antifa News Briefa for March 18th, 2022. Is Putin Stalin's grandson? This isn't my idea, but somebody I know was researching and she found out something about Putin that suggests he might be Stalin's grandson. I'll come back to that because first I want to say I'm not a history buff. I don't really know all the bad things Stalin did, but I know a couple of the bad things Stalin did, which include shooting soldiers who deserted from the army, which Putin is currently doing, um, and or trying to. Many of them are deserting and managing to defect to Ukraine, which is great. But another thing that Stalin did was starve Ukrainians. I think millions, maybe 4 million Ukrainians he starved to death. So Putin's trying to do that too. So in this way, Putin is definitely the ideological heir of Stalin. He's doing Stalin-like things, and I've heard experts talking about ways that he's trying to revive Stalinist ideas and methods, obviously. But is he literally the grandson of Stalin? Now, the reason for asking this question is um, in researching his genealogy, it turns out his grandfather is the cook for Stalin and Lenin. So he was the cook for Lenin and the cook for Stalin. So he's the cook of like the palace cook of Russia. And you would imagine he's a live-in cook. Somebody at that level lives in the palace to cook all the time. And his wife probably lived there too. So, just speculating, no real evidence for this, although of course you could take DNA from Putin or his corpse or whatever and match things up and find out. But speculating that if Stalin did have sex with the cook's wife and her lover was Stalin and the thief, no, sorry, that's an old movie. But if the cook's wife had sex with Stalin, but then, they just never admitted it and just told the cook that the baby was his, then Stalin would be Putin's grandfather. And anyway, just a thought. Don't really know that it matters. It's not like tyranny is in your DNA or being a dictator is in or tyrant is in your DNA. It's not like people's spirits pass on through their family lines. We probably jump around to other people's families. But an interesting thing to consider, an interesting little piece of trivia that, as far as we know, Putin's grandfather was the cook for Lenin and Stalin, but could have been Stalin. Thanks for watching and sharing. Love you forever. See you soon. Save Ukraine. Save the world. Stop fascism. Stop the Trump Putineers.